थेपला?
Good morning, थेपला. हम मिल चुके हैं.
Student of the year.
Debut of Alia Bhatt, Varun Dhawan, and
The tall guy.
the tall guy.
Tall guy, yeah. Student of the year. The gift that just keeps on giving.
We wish it would stop giving though.
The student of the year too was so bad.
Chinese water torture.
Pakya now.
Princess.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about the second one. We're here to talk about the first.
As iconic as that movie was in 2012, it's far from perfect.
Yeah.
So here is everything wrong with Student of the Year.
So for all those of you who haven't watched the 2020 film Student of the Year, 2012 film Student of the Year, first of all, what are you doing? It's been
What
8
rock
years.
do you live
My
on?
God.
Have you not seen it?
But the plot is
Basically, it's about these three kids, Shania Singhania, her rich boyfriend Rohan, and a random poor kid who joins their expensive school.
Abhimanyu something, I don't know.
Abhimanyu, yeah.
Yeah.
Singh, Abhimanyu
Abhimanyu Singh,
obviously.
okay.
Yeah. And basically it's about how them and their batchmates compete in this grand competition called Student of the Year that a school conducts every year to win the grand prize of being successful for the rest of their lives. On the way they find love, lust, drama and a lot of beef within themselves that could have easily been avoided if they'd handled the situation in a slightly more mature manner.
टक्कर दोस्ती प्यार जेलसी सब सेम चीज का डेली डोज था.
My God, amazing. Okay, so right in the beginning of the film, it's established that there's only two kinds of students that attend St. Teresa's. One, the super rich bratty kids. Number two, the incredibly smart, top grade kids.
एक तरफ टाटा बच्चे एक तरफ पाटा बच्चे.
Now, the point of the Student of the Year competition is that whoever the winner is, they get admission into the best Ivy Leagues and everything. But these two students, two kinds of students, they can either pay their way to Ivy Leagues or
Study their way through.
yeah.
टाटा बच्चे तो नोट देकर एडमिशन लेते पर पाटा बच्चे नोट रट कर स्कॉलरशिप पाते.
So what's the point of the competition? I mean, all it does is ruin relationships at the end of the day. Speaking of which, coach says that the dean takes on the responsibility of every batch ke bikhre hue rishte on his heart. But if every batch had such terrible relationships, why did the competition go on for 25 years? Why didn't they just stop after like first 5 or 7?
Speaking of coach, why was he there at Rohan's brother's wedding? How did he get there? Like, fine, it's justified. Like, they say, oh, the dean was Ashok Chanda's childhood friend. We get it. Fine. Why was coach there with his wife and where was his son? Also, I'll just add here, Dimpy is like supposed to be like the coach's assistant or whatever, right? So if Abhi is doing a medical examination, he's pissed in this tube, why would he give it to Dimpy and not to coach directly himself? Like, can't you see him in school, give it to him the next day? Like, why would you give it to his assistant? Do you want a pee to pass through more hands?
And why was Dimpy going to coach's house? Like he says, हाँ मैं coach के यहाँ जा रहा हूँ. Why?
Something going on, Dimpy and coach like. Throughout the whole movie, the gag is that the Shruti character is like this masculine, boyish, short-haired tomboy type of character. Rohan makes fun of it the entire time. It's the running joke.
देखो शनाया तुम्हारा बॉयफ्रेंड आ गया.
Right? When Shruti comes back to the hospital 10 years later, however long later it is, she suddenly has long hair and children and is feminine.
तू लड़की लग रही है.
माँ बनने का. Why is Shruti's only character development the fact that she became more feminine? Like, what is this personality change? Like, I get changing if you become a parent, but why is it that her maturity is reflected through being more feminine rather than like, you know, actual character development, personality development or anything?
Shania.
Thank you for that. She comes in as this spunky character, quality jokes, you know, in the beginning when she goes,
कहाँ थी तुम? जेल में.
Oh, great. Love
quality
Shania.
content. But throughout the movie, you just see like the quality of her being spunky and like kind of badass just go. Because it would have been great to see her have like an actual rivalry with Tanya outside of the
relationship.
Yeah, outside of like Rohan, because again, it's the classic case of like a guy is flirting with a girl outside of his relationship, so the girl in the relationship gets mad at the girl outside of the relationship and not at her own boyfriend. So like, why are you pissed with Tanya if your boyfriend is like doesn't care about you? You know, like that's not her problem. She can like him too. It's your boyfriend's job to not like anybody else and not like encourage anybody else to like him, right? And then right at the end, Shania at this point, she's led on Abhi, she's led on Rohan, she's played with both of their feelings. She can't decide who she wants to be with. She has this weird commitment to Rohan because they've been friends for like 10 years or whatever.
And then they were dating for 4 years.
Yeah, and then she likes Abhi
But she's too scared to break the relationship.
with Rohan. And then at the end, when nobody saw this coming, they start fighting with each other. She's like, stop it! I'm not a prize to be won! Like,
You don't know how I feel, okay? Like my emotions are valid too. Great! Why'd you mess with them in the first place?
their emotions are valid too, Shania.
And now for another character inconsistency. Indra?
Abhimanyu. He comes in as this headstrong, standing up to the bullies, straightforward, cool guy who's good at everything, right? And he allows Rohan to score the winning goal in their first football game so that Rohan and him start getting along better and Rohan like feels less threatened so that they can be friends, you know? And they have like this perfect chemistry, they get along so nicely with each other and everything.
Best friend!
Best friends! And then when Abhi goes to Rohan's house and Ashok Nanda is making fun of Rohan the whole time, the only thing Abhi says in his defense is, oh, your son scored a goal. When Rohan goes to Abhi's house,
Rohan's so nice, he's like, नहीं आंटी वो आप सबको करोड़पति बता देगा blue chip investment. So nice, so wholesome, best friends.
and then even when like Abhi's grandma got sick and everything, like Rohan was there for him. Like
Every
yeah,
day.
Shania went to the hospital every day, so did Rohan. Yeah, Rohan was definitely like a jerk outside of that friendship. Like he was a jerk to Shania, just generally, even in the beginning he made some cheap remarks about Abhi and all. But like when he was friends with Abhi, he was friends with Abhi.
Good guy.
Abhi somehow, after being like this really intelligent, street smart person, really thought that him messing around with Shania would fix Shania and Rohan's relationship. For some reason, she managed to convince him of that. And then
And
when
then he fell in love with Shania.
yeah, and then he even kissed Shania, even though she was dating his best friend.
And then he got mad at Rohan only.
Because,
Matlab.
like, oh, you don't treat her well, like that's not your choice, Abhi.
It's not a relationship, isn't between 3 people. It's 2.
Everybody's dating everybody. Our last big plot flaw.
Is Dean. Now, Rishi Kapoor being casted as the gay Dean was great. I thought he did a great job. But the thing is that he was the only openly gay character and he was predatory. Like, he was creepy and unnerving and he was always on Coach, you know, like massaging him or like staring at him at the brother's wedding where Coach shouldn't have even been there. I was Coach at the wedding. And just his gayness was used as comedic relief and it did not further the plot in any way. Just
Yeah, like, it's cool to have a gay character in film, obviously, right? It's not cool to use gayness for comic relief outside of your trashy half-ass storyline. Like, stop.
And now for our favorite parts of the film. Indra?
I thoroughly enjoyed Thepla Good Morning.
Thepla, Good Morning Thepla was the best dialogue I have heard in a long time. Apart from the other iconic student of the year dialogues we got,
Yeah.
Thepla Good Morning was amazing.
It's an underrated pop for sure.
It really is.
Like, you know, we all know Chau ki matra, Dahi ki matra, aa jaate hain kheton se.
आ जाते हैं खेतों से
But like, nobody acknowledges Thepla.
My favorite part was definitely Shania's entry. You know, the whole glam diva, rich kid, oh I get what I want, I'm so fabulous, dramatic, good looking. I thought it was done really, really well.
Something to which
Jeet as a
Jeet.
character overall
Jeet.
was really good.
We love
like,
Jeet.
You know, there was good character development because, I mean, yeah, he stood up to Rohan because of the competition, but he realized that, you know, I'm not just his chomu, I'm actually my own person.
तेरी भी तो अपनी कोई personality है.
So, points to you, Jeet.
Yeah, and just generally had some very good iconic moments. It's like, बाकी सब किताब पढ़े, मैं बस आपके चरण पढ़ रहा हूँ.
जय माता दी है. जय माता दी भी.
When he like keeps bringing them chairs. Oh.
क्या?
And Tanya, like, I know that people think that she's, you know, a villain and a bad person and everything, but yeah, sure she is, but her character was very consistent, right? She always wanted Rohan, she didn't get him, but like, you know, she wanted him. And
The woman had goals, the woman worked towards them, she was happy.
she wanted to be school cheerleader, she got school cheerleader. She had no regrets, nothing at all. Be like Tanya, but don't be like Tanya.
Rohan and Abhi.
Their
together
relationship
throughout
just
the movie.
amazing, so wholesome, good chemistry, and like they had healthy competition, right? Yeah, you know, there was beef at the end, but like when they were friends,
They were friends, man.
yeah, they were.
And
friends.
it was so wholesome because you know they have like the perfect dynamic because Siddharth Malhotra's tall, Varun Dhawan small, and like Varun Dhawan was like hang stains, and Siddharth Malhotra's like, look, I'm poor but still happy. So
So
it's a really good dynamic. Yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly, especially those parts. Was it during Vele when they're like on top of like this random fort in the middle of nowhere and they're like तू शनाया से प्यार करता है and it's like confused dude. It's like शनाया के बारे में प्यार के बारे में तू gay है क्या?
हाँ, आजा. Good
Like
stuff.
that's how novels have talked to each other. I enjoyed that.
And you know, they also knew when to be serious, when to be there for each other. Like when Abhimanyu's dadi is in the hospital, or when Rohan and Abhimanyu were again at the top with a random phone at the back. They're like, hey, mummy, papa ki yaad aati hai, haan, we should leave.
So
Good stuff.
quality content. That's what we're here for.
And now, character ranking. Yes. So, we're gonna start from the bottom at number 10. Oh, we have 10 characters by then. We have 10 of them. There is Ashok, Shania, Shruti, Dean, Coach, Abhi, Sudo, Rohan, Tanya, and Jeet. So, starting from the bottom. Indra, who's number 10 for you? Ashok. Trash dad, really bad. I mean, like, you know, that's his character, but not fun.
It was good in the movie, just like as an actual person, misogynist, annoying, like just shut up, old man, you know?
Not fun at all.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I have Dean.
I have Coach.
So I just have a deep hatred for Dean because comedy gay character, didn't like it, didn't enjoy.
I thought Coach was very there was no like, oh my god, yes, good Coach moment. He was more just a flat, not needed, average character.
Like the most personality he showed was when he was sprinkling up his pee in his house.
That is true, unfortunately, but it's true. Yeah. Number 8.
I have Coach.
I have Dean.
Of course.
Yeah. I thought Rishi Kapoor did a good job, but you know, predatory.
Yeah.
Bad game. Number 7? 7.
I have Abhi.
I have Shruti.
I didn't like Abhi because I feel like he was a disappointing friend to Rohan the whole time, and like the whole thing about like him letting Rohan win because he thought like, oh, it'd prove a point to his dad, and just like I just think he was just a disappointing friend the entire time. Inconsistent character, didn't know his priorities. He's like, I'm going to win the competition, I'm going to get the girl, I am going to be your best friend. Like, shut up, Abhimanyu. Boom, lighting change.
My camera had a bit of a moment, so yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about Shruti now. Shruti was just a bit of an like, even during the competition thing, she was like, you know, Shania, if I was you, I'd like leave the competition. Oh my god, I didn't say anything because she wanted herself to win. And yeah, I know it's just to further the plot, but I mean, you know, if Indra and I were in competition, I'd still tell him that, hey, go for it, do it, right? Because if you don't win, like if you don't even try, you'll never know if you win. Just, I'm just saying, I would not beat Shruti.
At number 6, we actually have the same person.
Shania! She was a good character, but like Indra said, weak. Just
Fragile woman character used as prop for 2 male leads. So, thank you Shania, but no thanks.
number 5. I have Abhi.
I have Shruti. So, this is just us being in reverse order.
Yeah, and like same reason as Indra. Abhi was bad.
I liked Shruti to an extent. Like, I liked her until she started being cheap during the competition. I liked that she was genuinely like a talented athlete towards like the end of the, like when they were actually doing like the triathlon and everything. Like, I liked that she had like that drive to win. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said earlier, her maturity being like femininity was not for me. She was definitely again a terrible friend. So yeah.
At number 4, we have Pseudo. And you?
Tanya. Why do you say that?
Why'd I have Pseudo? Because I think Pseudo was like a good character. I liked him, but he was a bit like it was. We weren't sure if he's gay or not because in the beginning there's a scene where he like stares at Tanya's. And then at the end when he's yelling at Dean, first of all, I don't know how you can yell at your principal like that, but when he was yelling at Dean, he said people like us don't get partners, and Dean is very evidently gay. Like he is big gay. So
like, Asura, are you gay? You're not gay. Bye. Like, what is going on? But yeah, so I put Tanya there because I like her character, but again, like she wasn't as essential to the story or like as fun as like the coming characters. So
at number 3 we have the same people. Rohan! Same person, my bad. Why'd you put Rohan at 3?
I liked him because I thought that, you know, he had like angst and he was like a realistic character where he was like equal parts good and bad. Like he had his like negative aspects and he had his positive side. So like holistically I quite enjoyed his character. Thought he had more depth than Abhi and more consistency than Abhi. He was always an ass if he didn't like you.
But he was always a good person if he did like you.
Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah, same.
At number 2 I have Jeet.
I have Tanya. I thought that Tanya was a very consistent character, right? She wanted something, she worked for it, she got it. Or, you know, she didn't work for it, she just got it somehow. She did a good job. I'm very happy with Tanya's character. I liked her. She was very entertaining.
I put Jeet at second because, like we said earlier, really good character development, really just wholesome character, very funny, thoroughly enjoyed. I like him.
And at number 1 we have
Pseudo.
Jeet. So, oh my god. I really like Jeet. He was a good character development. He realized that he's not just someone's chamcha, he's his own person. And you know, yeah, he gave us some good lines, some good times. I liked Jeet.
I liked Pseudo because I actually quite enjoyed like the format of like him narrating these incidents and him like not being like this super popular but at the same time like not being like a loser kid. Just like that middle kid perspective and how he like goes on to be successful even though he competed in like a competition that wasn't meant for him to be successful. And I do think that like all the lines that he said in the movie were quite meaningful. Like that speech to the dean, like not realistic, who speaks to their principal like that, but like he was being honest.
Made sense.
True.
He was drunk but made sense.
So for our final ranking, we gave our characters 1 to 10 scores from 10 to 1 and then added the scores. So coming in at number 10 we have
Ashok with 2 points.
At number 9 we have Dean with 5 points.
Number 8 is Coach, also with 5 points. He's just a better character, so we put him on top.
At number
7?
Seven.
Shania with 10 points. Number 6,
Abhi again with
10 points. Number 5, Shruti again with 10 points. Then number 4 is Tanya with 16 points.
Number 3 is Rohan again with
16 points. Number 2 is
Pseudo with 17 points. The number 1 is
Jeet
with 19 points.
Jeet ki Jeet, oh my god.
dictionary.
Mind
Nobody thought of that before.
Oh my god.
You're so rich, Mama.
So smart. Amazing. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching.
We hope you enjoyed.
And we'll see you